about the all portions of 8085 microprocessor. Where we have discussed about every basic thing, where we have studied about the instructions of that, we have studied about the addressing mode, register banks, and every single thing. And we have ended the practicals of 8085 by using assembly line programming. So now in this lecture we are going to start a discussion with a new point. Before starting this point, we have to learn some basics of this. As we know, we have a microprocessor there and it supports only 40 pins. So we only have 40 pins. Sometimes situation arises with a microprocessor where we want to interface multiple devices. For example, we have to interface some devices which use parallel communication. Sometimes we need some devices, I/O devices, which use a serial communication. Sometimes we have to generate external clocks, or maybe a timing delay, or maybe we have to count some event. For that purpose, we need an external hardware which is going to support your microprocessor for interfacing a multiple devices, multiple timers and controllers. For that purpose, data transfer scheme used to work with your 8085, where we use a serial and parallel communication. With that, we use a synchronous, asynchronous communication. So these are the data transfer schemes available in the microprocessor. On the basis of this, we use some I/O devices there, I/O chips for interfacing multiple devices. From this video, we are going to start further discussion with the next point like PPI, that is programmable peripheral interface. We have PIT, programmable timer and interval counter. We have there USART, universal synchronous asynchronous transmitter and receiver. We have a DMA, that is direct memory access techniques. So from this video, we are going to start a discussion with the first basic IC which is created by Intel Corporation and support a 40-pin DIP package, that is PPI. What is the long form of PPI? PPI stands for Programmable Peripheral Interface. What is the meaning of Programmable Peripheral Interface? We can program this IC according to the use. This IC is available to provide the parallel interface. We are going to increase the parallel pins, parallel ports of your microcontroller. By interfacing this IC, we can increase the pin numbers, or we can use a multiple pins as the I/O for your microprocessor. Okay, so this 8255 PPI was created by Intel Corporation, which is a 40-pin IC. Among that 40 pins, we have 24 pins available as a parallel port, and it is further converted into three different ports, that is port A, port B, and port C. Port A and port B is an individual 8-bit or 8-pin ports, where port C is further divided into a two group, that is group A and group B, and we have a 4 individual pins available with group A port C and group A port C upper and lower. Okay, so without wasting any time, we are going to start a discussion of 8255 PPI by knowing the block diagram of this PPI IC. So this is nothing but the block diagram, consists with a multiple block here. We have group A port A consists with the 8 pins, 8 parallel pins available for I/O, that is starting from PA0 to PA7. Second, we have a group A port C upper and group A port C lower, where here we have 4 different parallel pins, and here we have 4 different parallel pins, starting from PC0 to PC3, and here PC4 to PC7 available for I/O also. Now, next group is there, group B, port B of 8 pins, which is available with the PB0 to PB7, which is also available for I/O purposes. Okay, now we have total 4 groups here. From that 4 groups, actually it is a 3 group. One group is one divided into a upper and lower 4 block. Now 4 different block is there. How to use and when we want to use any block of this is ultimately get decided by this remaining section, that IO purpose and interfacing. Okay. Now here we have a data bus buffer. What is the purpose of a data bus buffer? Ultimately, whatever you are interfacing with your microprocessor, you first have to provide a data to a microprocessor, or either you have to get the data from microprocessor, you have to provide the data from microprocessor. For that purpose, we have a data bus buffer here, which is an 8-bit bidirectional data bus, which is used to communicate with the IO devices, and it is going to interface your PPI or your IO devices with your microprocessor. Okay, so it is an 8-bit data bus buffer. Now, very important section and very important portion of this block diagram is the read-write control logic. Ultimately, read-write control logic is going to select which exactly group and which exactly code we have to select for IO purposes. Okay, how we used to select that? We have multiple things here. RD stands for read, write, A0 and A1 is for addressing. Which exact code we have to select is ultimately decided by A1 and A0. Then we have a reset for resetting purpose, and then we have CS signal, that is a chip select signal. Okay, now we are going to start a discussion, little bit basic knowledge of that. That is the pin description. Maybe this kind of a question is going to ask in your examination. Draw a block diagram or maybe draw a pin description of 8255 PPI. So you have to write this pin description. It supports a total 40 pins. Among them 40 pins, we have a 24 pin available for IO purpose. Okay, so we can interface 8-bit bus, 8-bit bus and 8-bit bus. Remaining pins is available for a signaling purposes. For example, we have a D7 to D0, that is a data bus bidirectional, D7 to D0. Next we have a reset input pin for resetting the pin. Okay, resetting the IC. Then we have a chip select, which exactly group you have to select. For that purpose we have a chip select there. Then we have a read signal and write signal. Both the signals are used for reading and writing the input devices. Then we have a A0 to A7, that is A0 and A1 for port address. Whenever you want to select any port, you have to provide the address, and that is what ultimately is decided by A0 and A1. Then we have PA0 to PA7, that is the port A, 8-bit. Then we have PP0 to PP7, that is port B, 8-bit. Then PC0 to PC7, that is port C bit. Just remember the thing, port C is further divided into a two group A and group B, upper and lower. Now, how we used to select the exact group from these 4 different blocks? It is totally depend on this chart, where we have 3 different signals, that is chip select, A1 and A0. If the value of chip select is placed at a 0, it is active low signal, and A1 and A0 is also set at active low, that is 0. At that time, port A is get selected. That time, only port A, group A is going to get selected, and we are only able to use 8 pins of this. Second thing we have, if chip select is placed at a 0 and A1 is placed at a 1 and A0 is placed at 1 and A1 at a 0, at that time port B is going to get selected. Then we have third condition there, chip select is on at 0 and A1 is at 1 and A0 is at 0. At that time port C is going to get selected. Some situation is going to arise there where we have to select the control register. At that time, chip select signal is 0 and both A1 and A0 is selected at 1. At that time, we are going to select the control register for controlling purposes. Okay, for programming. Then we have a don't care condition there where chip select is at 1 and both A1 and A0 is at don't care condition. At that time, 8255 is not selected. At that time, we never used to work with the 8255 PPI. Okay, so but basic about that we operate in a three different modes. First we have a mode 0, then we have mode 1 and mode 2. Mode 1 is a simple IO mode. Mode second is a stopped IO, and mode third work on a stopped bidirectional IO. So this is nothing but the little bit description and we can call it the block diagram explanation and pin description explanation of your 8255 PPI. Why we need it? We need it for interfacing multiple IO devices with your microprocessor by using a parallel communication. Okay. In further video, we are going to start a discussion to the new point, that is serial, parallel, synchronous and asynchronous communication, that is nothing but a data transfer scheme of 80885 microprocessor. In this video, we have learned about the 8255 PPI. From next video, we are going to